Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and that is the future of the Lexus brand. That is their first ever fully electric vehicle in the RZ 450e, sharing a lot of components with Toyota's BZ4X. What is this Lexus like? Stay tuned. I'll take you on a quick tour. This video is brought to you by Lectron EV chargers. More about them at the end of the video and down in the description below. All right, Gearheads, I'm in very windy North Texas at the Texas Auto Riders Auto Roundup, where Lexus has brought us their newest vehicle. And while I've got the hood popped, I guess now would be as good a time as any to talk about what's under the hood. No, that is not a gasoline-powered engine. That is an electric engine, an electric motor, because this is an all-electric vehicle. It is the future of the brand. Brand claims to be going all-electric within a decade. So, yeah, this really is the future of the entire brand. This is the 450e Premium all-wheel drive version, and this one stickers at $60,750. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you saw me drive the Nissan Ariya with a very similar sticker price. Here you can have a Lexus for Nissan money, or maybe you could get a Nissan for Lexus money. I'm not quite sure, but yes, what we have here, like I said, is an all-wheel drive, so a dual motor unit with 308 horsepower combined between those motors. It uses a 71.4 kilowatt hour battery pack that is underneath and will get you up to 220 miles of all electric range. Closing the hood, we see very familiar Lexus styling. You get a modern interpretation of that spindle grille. Yes, they are getting away from it a little bit. It is not as bold and brash as it used to be, but yes, you get a version of that Lexus spindle grille. You get LED headlights up front, LED running lights, very Lexus-like checkmark running lights. Very familiar styling, just no need for a big grille to feed air into an internal combustion engine. Coming around the side, you can see some similarities in overall shape and proportion to the Toyota and the Subaru on which this shares a platform. Again, I did mention it was the Toyota BZ4X. This one, again, is all-wheel drive, so we've got dual motors. And then we'll come and look at the back wheel here. So we get nice aerodynamic looking wheels wrapped in Bridgestone Turanza tires. So these are, if you can see here, 255R18. So again, going back to that Ariya that we drove not that long ago, smaller wheels overall, more sidewall on the side of the tire, because that really helps with the overall ride quality. And I have long held and will continue to be a proponent that electric vehicles make good luxury vehicles because they're so quiet and solid, and just giving more sidewall to the tire really helps with that overall ride quality. I will mention right here, we'll talk about it a little bit, but these door handles do not move. They're fixed in place. Very interesting look. But overall, very similar styling to the very popular Lexus RX. So you know the RX is the best-selling vehicle for the brand, and this doesn't deviate too far from it. This really looks like a modern interpretation of what that would look like on a gasoline, or not on a gasoline platform. You've got the wheels stretched out to the corners, more interior space for occupants, and would be a good option if you're not needing to drive one for long distances. Moving back here to the back, you can see, much like the Toyota BZ4X, you get a dual spoiler setup back here on the back, and a very nice sloping rear window, no rear wiper, and a nice little ducktail on the back here. Lexus is spelled out across the back, which we're seeing on all their modern products, the RX, the NX, so that is just the new design direction of the brand. You can see RZ 450e Direct 4. All that means, yeah, it's the all-wheel drive model. You can see we've got a couple cameras back here. We're gonna actually open up that rear hatch, because another advantage of an electric platform is all the extra storage. No, we didn't get a front trunk, but we do get some extra storage back here because we have a very deep well. You can see we've got our charge cable down here. and a few different accessories. So a little extra hidden storage here underneath the load floor. So that is a nice touch, and you can very quickly and easily cover all that up. And then it gives you a nice flat load floor when you fold the 60/40 rear seats down. We'll go ahead and call out top tethers all the way across in the back. And you get a very interesting butterfly folding rear cargo shade. So I've noted hard cargo shelves seem to be coming back, especially in some premium Japanese products. It's nice to see a foldable one here that does give a little. So if you stacked your luggage in just a little bit higher, it'll give and allow it just a little bit of extra room underneath it, while still hiding your cargo from prying eyes when that hatch is closed. While we are over here on the side, before we hop in, I do want to show you the charge port door. Some automakers are going to a power door. Lexus just gives you a push to open, and there is your DC fast charge. So you can see, very simple and easy to use. No worrying about if you've got the key on you to unlock it, to open it up. Very simple and easy to use. But here on the side of the vehicle, I do want to talk about the key. Typical Lexus key, very familiar to what we are used to in guest products from the Lexus brand. You get lock, unlock, hatch, and your panic button. You do get a little deployable actual key underneath, but very slim, very compact. I like it. It's a pretty good key, but you don't need it. You can just leave it in your pocket because this is a proximity key system. So again, I told you these door handles do not move. Can lock it by pressing right there, but there is actually a pad on the back that electronically opens the door. So yes, no need to actually have a lock mechanism. You just disable whether or not that electronic pad opens. Same is true in the door panel inside. There's no hatch or lever to open the door. There's just a button that you push right here. If the electricity fails in this vehicle, which would be unfortunate, you can pull this out. You can see 2 times. I'm not going to do it because we don't need it to. You can see very nice materials here on the door. You get all your window controls, including automatic folding rear view mirrors, so you can fold those in when it's locked. And then a very nice upscale interior. I'm actually going to hop in, get out of the wind, get away from all the noise, because again, this is a Lexus. Should be very quiet, right? And this is where you will get the biggest departure from its corporate siblings in the Subaru Solterra and the Toyota BZ4X. This is an interior I can get with. I wasn't so much a fan of the interior of that Toyota, but this is very nice. Again, it feels like a modern Lexus. You do get a push button start, and then everything fires up. You can see a very familiar UI in here for driving this around, manipulating and everything. Get a full digital gauge cluster that mimics all their analog gauges in their other products, and then you get an implementation of the newest Toyota in-house designed infotainment screen. So if you've been in any modern Toyota or Lexus product, very similar to that, you can check it out. We go into it a little bit further detail in our Lexus LX video and our Toyota Tundra video. So I'm not going to spend too much time here because I don't have that much time with the vehicle. You see, we do have dual zone climate controls. That screen does come down. There's the edge of the screen. So much like the Ford Lightning and the Mustang Mach-E, you do get a little screen real estate here inside these dials. So that's very interesting. We have heated and ventilated front seats. Very nice right there. The vents are up there above it. Very nice screen here. I like it a lot. And then again, you get a digital screen here that mimics all of their gas engine analog displays up front here. But let's start right here and work our way across. You get a 3-person memory seat for the driver's seat right here, your hatch release button, your odometer and trip buttons right here, and your brightness controls. So just a little bit of nice controls over here, up off your knee. I like how they've actually brought them up. Decent controls here on the steering wheel without being button overload, so you can go through controlling the head-up display, which you have up here, or you can control the screen down low here with the buttons on the steering wheel. You get 2 directional pads there. We do actually get paddles. Are they metal? They do. Maybe. We do get some paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel for controlling that regenerative braking, but we'll need to be in motion for that to work. Very large infotainment screen. And then down below it, you've got your park button right here, your camera button, which I absolutely love the camera system that Toyota and Lexus are using, because it's got the invisible car feature, which I will show you as soon as it gets done doing this little pan here, because it will actually remember what it saw as you were moving and give you, we'll put it in reverse, it'll give you a completely invisible car here as I start moving backwards. So you can see the car goes away and it starts remembering what was behind me and just mapping that out. That's a very cool look. Very nice feature here in this Lexus RZ. And then we've got plenty of USB-C ports in this. We've got a Qi wireless charging pad, very similar gear selector or drive mode selector from the Subaru Solterra and BZ, but it works fairly well in this. You've got a few controls here. Limited gloss black, I like that. Forward and aft cup holders. Very nice center console right here. Side opening, so sorry if you're in the passenger seat and want to get in here, that's just not for you. It doesn't do the either or like the Lexus LX did. That would have been a nice touch to put in here. Otherwise, a very nice, comfortable front seating area. Very nice, comfortable seats. Again, I did mention they were heated and ventilated. Very soft, very comfortable. And I didn't even talk about how incredibly soft this steering wheel is. Other models of this vehicle do get that yoke-style, airplane-style steering apparatus, and it's not a wheel. But here we actually have a proper steering wheel. I like that a lot. And then we get a digital rear view mirror, which you can see, I don't even have it adjusted right. You can see out the back just fine, but flip that switch and you get your full camera view from those cameras I showed you back in the back. Very nice, takes out any consideration of cargo or passengers back behind you. Nice dual pane glass roof fixed in place, no roller shades here. So in a hot Texas summer, maybe, but it is very nicely dark tinted and gives me plenty of room here at 5'10", just to be comfortable. Let's see what it's like sitting behind myself in this RZ. So again, one of the benefits of an electric platform is being able to push the wheels out to the corners and give more space to passengers on the inside. And that is absolutely true in the back seat here. I'm able to, between the steering wheel and the seat, get the driving position very far forward to give myself back here plenty of room in the back seat. Flat load floor because, again, the battery pack's underneath. No need for a transmission tunnel in an electric vehicle. Very comfortable, plenty of room. I could ride back here for very long distances and get a nice view out that skylight. Do have a couple of vents back here on the back of the center console, 2 USB-C ports, and an auxiliary port down here if you wanted to do cigarette-style charger back there. Map pockets on the back of both seats. We do get a lock-unlock back here, as well as your window controls. Same selector or way of exit with that remote release, so very nice there. No roller shades back here on the back windows. A slight oversight, I would say, in a luxury vehicle, but otherwise very nice. We do get a fold down center console or center armrest that does stay parallel. So I've been in a lot of Toyota and Lexus products where it flops all the way down to the seat. I like how this actually stays up instead of going all the way down. Very nice. 3 across seat belts with a seat-mounted center seat belt. You can see the lower latches here for your child safety seats are not overly exposed, and they're very easy to get to. We only have them on the outboard seats, nothing here in the middle. Again, if you watched the Nissan Ariya video, you know they had one for that middle seat. Again, headroom back here, so rather nice, no roller shades or anything, so that roof is going to stay open. All around a very nice, very premium experience just getting in this. Now let's see how it drives. All right, getting behind the wheel of the RZ. It's very comfortable. It's about what you would expect from a modern Lexus product. Push, turn to engage drive, and then set off. I keep bringing up that Nissan Ariya because very similar vehicle, very similar price point. That Nissan was front wheel drive, similar-ish range, but it too was a Nissan. This is an all-wheel drive and it's a Lexus, and it's got a little bit more power at 308 horsepower. All that torque is available instantaneously as well, so you can really just set off and go in this one. Really like it. This is a very good package. So in the Nissan video, I said I would take the Nissan over the BZ4X. I would take this over the Nissan. I'm sorry, if you could get a Lexus for the same price as a Nissan, well, you'd be fooled not to get a Lexus, right? Again, I mentioned earlier just how soft and nice to hold this steering wheel is. The leather wrapping it is soft, and then it's got a nice amount of padding to it. Very nice, very comfortable. Everything is very close, very easy to reach, very easy to see. The visibility out of this is great. Everything just works in this. So while the BZ4X was a little odd to me, it felt like an odd duck with its UI, with the steering wheel and the gauge screen up in the practically in the windshield. This just feels more practical, more usable to me. If I were to get an electric vehicle from Toyota corporate, this would be the vehicle to get. Everything that just felt slightly off in that Toyota BZ feels right here in this Lexus RX. So, or RZ, excuse me, not RX. It just feels more right. So, very much like the feel of this. This is very comfortable. Would be a very easy vehicle just to hop in and know what to do, because otherwise it does. It feels a lot like a modern Lexus. And being an electric vehicle, especially with decent sized sidewall on those tires, the ride is quiet and calm. All the weight is down low, so you don't get that typical SUV kind of body lean, body roll. All around, it's a very competent vehicle and would make for an interesting choice for people looking at the RX who don't need the third row of seats, that also don't need a gas-powered vehicle. If you really plan on staying within 100 miles of home 90% of the time, this thing would do it for me. Electric vehicles just really do make great electric cars, and this one works. And that is my hot take from this Lexus RZ. As I mentioned, I am at the Texas Auto Riders Texas Auto Roundup. If you want to see more coverage from this event, other electric vehicles, maybe some track stars in the process, be sure and find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Everything is at GT Garage Talk. Or you can read more about this vehicle, maybe some stuff that didn't make it in the video, at gtgaragetalk.com. Hit all the buttons down below: like, subscribe, comment, follow, ring the bell. Really helps the algorithms know to show you more of our content, more of our videos as they drop. You won't want to miss out on those. But as for me, here in windy North Texas in the Lexus RZ, until next time, gearheads, bye. Lectron supplied us with this 48 amp in-home charger. This V-Box can be installed indoors or outdoors, hardwired or plugged into a NEMA 1450 plug, and even comes with a J-hook and an adapter to store your J1772 plug when it's not currently in use. This thing has been an absolute dream for charging many of our press vehicles here on the channel, and we've absolutely loved it. You can help us out and help them out while helping yourself out by checking the link down in the description below and getting one for yourself.